Welcome back to my Lobotomy Corporation bedtime story reading. This is Hitori, and I'll be helping you fall asleep with some ambient audio and awesome OST from our favorite game, as I learn more about Lobotomy Corporation's abnormalities. In the last video, we read about Child of the Galaxy. This time, it'll be Parasite Tree. This is now the 59th abnormality in Lob Corp reading. Check the entire playlist on the card on the upper right of this video. Let's begin. Parasite Tree D-04-108, also known as World Tree, appears as a green tree with notably large leaves in place of branches and a face embedded in the center of its trunk. Roots and bark envelop the majority of the abnormality space, and the facial expressions appear to be calm or sleeping. Rustling leaves can be heard from the inside of the containment unit as the abnormality slowly sways back and forth. Ability: Parasite Tree's ability activates when its Qliphothr counter reaches 0, or when agent finishes working on it. Its Qliphothr counter can decrease in the following ways. Decrease by 1 with 30% chance each time another abnormality in the facility breaches, excluding Punishing Bird. Decreased by 1 each time 5 works in a row are done on other abnormalities. The containment chamber will grow dim at first, slowly growing more grass and bushes the more works are done on anything but Parasite Tree, but it will revert if a work is performed on it. Decrease by 1 when finishing repression work on it. Upon finishing any type of work with Parasite Tree, Parasite Tree will sprout grass and bushes in the containment chamber, and the employee in the containment chamber will receive a blessing in the form of a crossed vine leaf mark above their head, increasing the employee's SP over time and boosting their success rate. When Parasite Tree's Qliphothr counter is depleted, it will possess random employees who will be lured to the containment unit of Parasite Tree. The first to reach its containment unit will be blessed, and the rest will be released. Possessed employees can be identified by the green clouds covering their heads, and can be freed from the possession by repeatedly clicking on them. They will be listed as out of control in the department's employee list. Employees from Parasite Tree's department are preferred, even if they're further away than the members of other departments. When any employee is blessed, Parasite Tree will grow a white luminescent bulb, adding 1 more for every employee blessed. Upon reaching 5 bulbs, Parasite Tree will undergo a drastic change, turning dark and having its bulb change to skulls. All employees who were previously blessed will instantly panic. However, this is treated as out of control instead, and run around wildly, trying to get as far away as possible and spread out over the facility. Shortly thereafter, all employees in the state will halt their movement speed and begin turning into smaller versions of Parasite Tree, named saplings. Saplings are classified as key risk level minions, have a median amount of HP at 400, and will fill the room they occupy with a toxic gas, dealing 10 to 15 white damage to everyone currently inside. If any employee panics from this, they will follow the same sequence of events as the blessed employees did, and shortly after running a distance, turn into a sapling as well. Employees who have the blessing and subsequently die will remove one bulb from Parasite Tree, making execution bullets favorable. An employee who has the blessing will not cause another bulb to grow if they perform any kind of work on Parasite Tree. All employees will lose their blessing during the end of the day. Story. This abnormality was created with the ideas provided by Tumblebug backer LLOOLL530. An abnormality taking the form of a tree with plentiful leaves. The leaves are lush with a rich green color, creating a comforting ambience. A refreshing flowery scent is carried by a gentle breeze. Employees who made contact with the abnormality stated that it provided them a significant psychological comfort. Such statements were deemed truthful, as the employees displayed a visible increase in work efficiency, along with a notable decrease in mental corruption. An excerpt from an employee's diary. At first, I thought it was just my imagination from being sleep deprived. But as my body and mind get more and more exhausted, the voice calling me got clearer and clearer. I can help you with your problem. Yeah, that's right. You can help me. What was I worrying about? I can smell a flowery scent. They imported a tree. That tree, standing in the middle of the containment unit, was such a beautiful sight to behold. I could feel the scent of flowers flit across my face, even though there was no breeze or wind. Smelling that scent for even just a moment makes my attachment for the tree blindly grow. I was very intuitive since my childhood, so I could sense that this artificial attachment was hazardous. Ever since then, I tried everything I could to avoid contact with that tree, making all kinds of excuses whenever I was assigned to work on it.
Well, if you put it that way, just this once, okay?
Jeez,
Did that tree do something to you?
My colleague's banter gets stuck in my ears. Did it do something? Yes, it did. And it scares me. A few days later, the same colleague has now become a staunch worker, wearing a constant smile on his face. I knew he's always been an optimistic person, but I couldn't help but feel uneasy because his face seemed strangely comfortable.
Really? Do I seem content lately? Yeah, well, that's because the tree is helping me out.
He answered lightheartedly. From my years of experience, I can say for certain that few people can smile so sincerely while working for this company. That means when someone keeps smiling at work, it's a sign that something went wrong. My suspicion immediately led me to report this behavior to my superior. The answer came sooner than I thought. It said that I am to observe the abnormality myself and file an observation report because there have been several abnormal behaviors related to this tree, which were identified in several other employees, not just the guy I reported. The order forced me to finally confront this tree that I had been avoiding as best as I could. I knew I couldn't pass it over to someone else this time. It was no longer a barren, naked tree that I saw the day it was imported. Instead, I saw a containment unit covered in grass that seemed to be sprawling around the tree, which was peculiar since there's no way grass can grow in a containment unit. This facility is completely inorganic. Hello. Have you come here to receive my blessing too? The moment I felt that something was wrong, a voice echoed in my head. It was difficult to decrypt the contents of the diary from this point onwards as the writing becomes heavily distorted. I don't know how I wrote the observation report. All that's certain is I just wrote what I felt about the tree. This beautiful plant is bringing happiness to every employee who visits its containment unit. It will soon greatly contribute to humanity's quest for prosperity and advancement. But how could an abnormality be such a good influence on humanity? I just want to help you. A voice without a single speck of malicious intent echoed again in my head. Yes, you're right. You're just helping me. And if you're okay with it, could you bring all your friends who are having a hard time here? I believe I can help them. Yes, this tree will easily bring peace to their mind. Speaking of which, that newbie seemed to be pretty depressed lately. Hey, I know a place that'll make you feel better. Come along if you want to. She followed me without any suspicion. It wasn't hard to bring her to the tree's containment unit. I offered her to the tree. She could get better. she will get better. You brought your friend. You are a good child. Let me gift you with something. I could feel something sprouting from my body. I couldn't move my limbs. No, this isn't a bad thing. I'm being reborn with the tree. The tree has entered me, transfixed me. We proliferate and become whole. I can completely feel it now. Trivia. This abnormality is made based on the ideas of the Tumblebug backer LLOOLL 530. Before getting observation level 3, the abnormality is called World Tree. The game file for the English version is titled Yggdrasil, referencing the Tree of Life of Norse mythology. This abnormality's ego gift is likely a reference from elves from Norse mythology, as elves are usually designed with large pointed ears. In the second managerial tip, there was a spelling error where it reads repression as opposed to repression. This has been corrected with the English retranslation. This abnormality's name was misspelled as Parasite Tree with a Y in the parasite. This has since been corrected with the English retranslation. Do you have any clue how hellish it was for me to experience having to babysit this tree together with a train? Also, aside from that, the next abnormality after this one is also hell. So, this was one of the worst run I've ever had before I reset it into a run with the winged fetus. Can I say that having the parasite tree and the train together in one run is so much worse than having the winged fetus? Absolutely. I would never wish anybody's game to have these two things together, because you have to keep an eye on your employees if they're about to launch themselves into this tree and make everyone lose their minds. And also you have to watch over the train as well, which of course, just thinking about it gives me PTSD. Goddamn. I don't know what to say. I do not wish this run to my worst enemy, but maybe I do. They're my enemy. I wish they will suffer like this. I wish everyone gets to suffer like this. But I didn't even know that the tree actually gives benefits to the facility. Apparently, if employee gets to receive the gift from the tree, they get more efficient when it comes to working. Everything else aside, if you already have a facility filled with level 4 or 5 employees, you don't need this buff anymore. Just skip it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I have a deep anger. I don't know if it's anger, but currently for the past few days I have been angry and disappointed. Which what the tree represents for me. I guess this entire thing is about me just talking about how real life translates into what is also happening in Lob Corp reading right now. But yeah, anyway, no, I don't want this for anybody. This tree sucks. Don't get it. Ever. Now, if you have tips or interesting details about this abnormality, please comment about it down below. If you like, you can also catch my stream in Twitch and here on YouTube, so you can assist me if you're a veteran in the game. If you want more Project Moon content from me, please don't hesitate to like the video. You can also support me further with my Patreon. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I'd like to thank my current Patreon supporters that are shown in the screen, as well as my Twitch subscribers. I want to always let you know that I appreciate everything you do for me. Truly. This thanks is also extended to you who's currently watching. Anyway, until next time, I hope you rest easy.